Good afternoon, guys. We are going to stay with arithmetic sequences, and today we are going to learn how to find our missing terms. Our first example has 11, and then we have 3 missing terms in between, and then we get to negative 17. So our first step, step 1, is always to find the common difference. All right, we do not have 2 terms next to each other, so we are going to use our general rule. So we have a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. And we are going to say to ourselves, what information did they give me? Okay, so I have the first term, and I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th term, okay? So the first term in my formula is here. So I know the 11 goes there. The only other number I have is the negative 17. So my a sub n will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my 5th term. So that's a negative 17. And I need to know where that term is because this n relates to this number. So it will be the 5th term minus 1 times d. Okay, do you see that now I have all numbers and d is my only variable to solve? Okay, so now I have a negative 17 equals 11 plus 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 times d is 4d. Okay, we are going to move the 11 over. We're going to have 4d equals negative 28. Divide by the 4, divide by the 4, and our difference is going to be negative 7. All right, so I need to find my missing terms, and I just found that my common difference was negative 7. Now, I don't want you to count, so you could do 11 minus 7 minus 7 minus 7 minus 7. I don't want you to do that because it's important when you get to a question when they want the 310th term, you're not going to count all the way to 310th term. Okay, so we want to use our formula. So to find the missing, I'm looking for the second one. I'll put it right here. So a sub 2 equals, I'm going to use the same formula. The first term is 11 plus the term that I'm looking for is 2, so it's 2 minus 1, times my d, which I just found was negative 7. Okay, so a sub 2 is going to equal 4. Okay, 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. 11 minus 7 is 4. A sub 3, we're going to do the same thing. A sub 3, okay, 11 is my a sub 1. My n is my 3 minus 1 times negative 7. So a sub 3 is going to equal negative 3. A sub 4, same thing. Okay, so what I want you guys to know is whatever number goes here, the term number goes here. I'm looking for a sub 4, a 4 goes here. Okay, so a sub 4 is going to equal negative 10. So the missing terms are 4, negative 3, negative 10. That would be my answer. All right, the next type of questions that they are going to ask us are going to be finding the nth term. Oh, sorry, I said 10th. The nth term given 2 terms. Okay, so our example is find the 6th term of the arithmetic sequence, a sub 9 is 120, and a sub 14 is 195. Okay, so I do not have a sequence. All I know is the 9th term is 120, and the 14th term is 195. Okay, our first step 1, is always to find the common difference. Okay, so again, we don't have two terms next to each other, so we're going to use our general rule. And we are going to fill in the information that we do have. Okay, so which term would come first, 9 or 14? 9 would. Okay, so I am going to pretend that my a sub 1 is my a sub 9. So the other number I have is the 14th term, so I'm going to put the 14th term over here, plus, remember what the n is? It's whatever number's over here. So we have 14, but because a sub 9 is not my first term, instead of minus 1, I'm going to minus the term number. So it's going to be 14 minus 9 times d. Now I'm just going to fill it in. What is a sub 14? A sub 14 is 195. What is a sub 9? That is 120 plus 5d. Okay, we're going to minus the 120. Minus the 120, minus the 120, and we get 75 equals 5d. So our d, common difference, is 15. So that's our step 1. Our step 2. Okay, so step 1, common difference. Step 2 is find your first term, a sub 1. That's our second step. So again, we're going to use the same formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 d. I would write the formula every single time for every question you do. Okay, it helps you memorize it. All right, so we are looking for a sub 1. So I need the numbers everywhere else except for that a sub 1. So I'm going to use 120. A sub 1 is what I'm looking for. Plus, where is 120 in my sequence? It is my 9th term. So 9 minus 1, and we do minus 1 because I'm looking for my a sub 1 now, times a difference. What was my difference? I just found my difference of 15. Okay, so now I have 120 equals a sub 1 plus 120. So I'm going to minus that 120, minus the 120, and I get a sub 1 equals 0. So now I know the very first term of the sequence is 0. Okay, in step 3, you are going to write a rule and evaluate. So step 3, you're going to take a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, now what were the directions that they asked us? They want us to find the 6th term. So instead of a sub n, I need a sub 6. What is my first term? I just found it. It's 0 plus my n is my 6 minus 1. And my difference I found over here is 15. So a sub 6 is going to be 75. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 times 15, 75. 75 plus 0 is still 75. So this is my answer. Okay, so the 6th term is 75. So let's talk about the steps. Step 1 is always common difference. Step 2, you are going to find the first term. And step 3 is when we are going to write our own rule and evaluate. So now you have your first term, now you have your common difference, and now you just have to find what the 6th term is. All right, good luck, guys.